Good evening, everyone, and welcome to yet another amazing Tuesday Learning Live with the talented Darlene from the Papercrafters Workshop and me, Sherry, here on comments. Um, Hard to believe we are pretty much halfway through November. Hello to everyone who is joining in and tuning in tonight. Um, Darlene's got some fun stuff to share. So she's showing some great stuff from our one of our newest brands, Violet Studios, which is a sister brand to Crafter's Companion, and she's going to focus on ephemera and decoupage pieces, and all the fun stuff that you can create using either new goodies or stuff from your stash. So Darlene, welcome and take it away.
Thank you so much, Sherry. Welcome, everyone. I can't believe I'm back again to show you what I did with this collection. So this is Ski Lodge. As Sherry has said, it's from Violet Studios. Let me show you some of the bits and pieces. We did sell out on the 12 by 12, so I couldn't show you that tonight, but it's okay. I'm going to show you what I have here. This is a 6x6 pad. It is single-sided sheet, but what I love about it, it takes the decisions much easier for me. Beautiful prints. I'm not sure if that's translating well there, but there's 3 sheets of each design. There are, 12 designs in here. Oh, maybe I should hold it this way, the correct way. And it's a ski theme, but it's wintry, it's Christmassy, lots of goodies to show. One of my favorite ones, well, there's also this page, which we will use tonight. And I love the snow globes. Let me see if I can flip that and find it. Love that. So this is a 6x6 paper pad. And if you haven't seen this, it's the vellum pack. And I am loving this vellum pack. Similar designs to the 6x6 paper pad. All the images are scaled down. Very nice thick vellum. I will show you some cards that I use the vellum, and we will use it tonight. But and they give you a lot. It's my favorite. You could tell that, well, I'm kind of hoarding some of these, but so pretty, so thick, and the perfect size for cards. So if you're looking for decorative vellum, this is an amazing pack. They also have a 6x6 cards. It is much bigger than what we're used to, the A2 size card. But what I love about this was that the colors already match. Oops, if I can pull it out. The colors already match the whole theme of the collection pack. So these are the colors. You have like a bluish gray, a green, a red, and a white. I will show you some samples of using that. The best part is it comes with envelopes. But if you do need to make your own envelopes, you know that New Sizzix Trimmer also has the capabilities of making envelopes. But this pack comes with a lot. Hello to those joining me. So my main focus tonight is this pad over here. And I know with customers coming in, they weren't sure what to do with it. And I say it's a lot of fun. They're basically like toppers. If you're used to, like, I believe we used to have it. Sherry, correct me if I'm wrong. It's Hunky Dory that had the toppers, right? Very, very similar. And what
yes,
it is.
Yes, it was Hunky Dory. Oh no. We had Hunky Dory, but we also had, I think it was called Heart Crafts.
That's it. Yes.
The toppers. Yeah.
Yeah. So very, very similar. And it's really a 3D ephemera. So instead of flat ephemera, it's 3-dimensional. And this is what it looks like. You could tell that I've been playing with it. Let me bring a full sheet up here. So basically what they've done is there's lots of patterns, and I will show you what some of them look like, is that they already have pieces for you to punch out. So you don't have to worry about, fuzzy cutting. If you don't like fuzzy cutting, these are all punchables, and I will show you as we start creating. But I wanted to show you the importance of these numbers, and there's reasons why there's numbers here. It's how you layer them. So you would start with the base, which is A1, and then you'll add A2 on top, and then A3 on top, and then A4. And of course, they give you some extra elements for you to decorate. So each design is letter coded. So that's A, and underneath is B, and you built up. So let's start off with punching some. So I did save one that I haven't used yet. And I am going to punch out, yes, I'm sideways, but I don't want to knock my tripod here. So I am punching out the elements I have. And as you can see, I'm not taking note of the letters, but I'll show you an easy way to find out if you are doing it right. So as you can see, this one's easy. This one had 3. And it goes from biggest to smallest. So when you're looking at something like this, you need to know that the biggest part is your base, and then you gradually keep decreasing in size. So this will be layered on top of here, and this will be layered on top of there. Okay, so that is one. I am actually going to pull out all the ones I want to use tonight. There is quite a bit. So there was this one here, which I like too. So that is set 1. This is set 2. So as you were looking at this, you're like, well, that's only for cards, but can we use it for something else? So to tell you the truth, you can use it on anything. You can use it on cards. You can use it in your TN, so your traveler's notebook. You can use it on a tag. You can use it on a gift bag, which I'll show you after. And you can also use it on your scrapbook page. So my aim tonight is to show you a little bit of everything. Let's start off with that, and we'll see how time does. But if time takes us to the end, I will for sure show you all the different things that you can do with this set. So,
and Darlene, correct me if I'm wrong, but if someone didn't want to do 3 layers, they could just do 2, or they could just do 1.
Exactly.
They're not limited to doing all 3 layers.
Exactly. So I was just, as Sherry just pointed out, for this, you like the way it looks, you don't want to put the dimension, you can use it as is. So here's an example. I just used the collection on the 6x6 paper pad, and I used the single layer, which is the base layer, as my element here. And that's all you have. That's all you don't need to do more. Sorry, I'm tongue-tied today. You don't need to do more, and that's enough. But you can also layer it. So let's do one way of just using this by itself. So let me take out my trimmer, and we're going to cut some paper. And so let's start with the basics. I am going to pick paper from this paper pack. And because they all looked really nice, you don't have to worry about patterns you're using. But I want a dark one. Let me pick this one here. And they're quick and easy cards to do. So let me start off with an A2 size cards, because that's primarily what a lot of us like to use. This pattern paper has horizontal lines, or you could do it vertical lines. Let's do vertical. I am going to do an A2 size, and I am going to go edge to edge. So that's 4 1/4 and 5 1/2. And I'm loving this new precision trimmer. I love how the spring holds it up and I'm not fighting with it. So let's move this and let's put this down. So as you can see, I have edge to edge for this one here. Okay. Now, I think that it needs a little bit more. I want a pattern at the back. And so let's use this. So this paper has like the ski hill, and I wanted to show a little bit. So I am going to do, because it has lots of paper, I'm not going to conserve here. So that one I did 4 inches. This one I'm going to do, let's say 3 1/4. So I have that border. A2 size, so I want this as 5. So basically, I am going down 1/2 inch so I can get 1/4 all the way around, like that. Okay, simple and I can't talk today. Simple and easy. I'm trying to, merge my words together today. Woo. And this will go in the middle. And the nice thing about these decoupage, so these toppers, is that you can do it, have them horizontal, or you can have them vertical. So depending on how you want. And I am just going to puff this up. You can glue it flat, but sometimes you just need a little bit of dimension. I am just searching for my squares. So I am using the regular size foam squares, but I know when it comes to mailing, and if you have too much foam in height, it does cause problems when it comes to shipping. So some of my cards I did use the thin foam, and those seem to work a lot better in height, so that way it's not bulky. But if you're hand delivering it, might as well go all the way, because I love that texture. I love the height. Oops, make sure. And you know what? I'm going to do a jaunty angle. That's Sherry's favorite thing, and I think it works out nicely so not everything is proportioned. So that is just a flat. And of course you can use sequences, enamel dots, or stickles, but that is very simple, easy, and it took me, well, I talked more than what I did here, but nice and easy, 2 minutes. But now you're saying, what are you going to do with the leftovers? Well, this leftover can still be used on a page. So let me pop it up. So I am going to pop this one up. And the nice thing about these is that they've made it so you just add it on top. So I'm just lining up that sprig with the sprig on the base here. And now I have an added element. And no one needs to know that, you know, it's missing the back. So let's take, I need a dark color. I wanted to give it some color. So if you had some solids, of course you can use your solid paper to brighten it up, but I didn't bring anything today. But let's do, I don't want too much pattern because I really love that color there. So let's use some of this blue as my highlight, and it matches the lettering. So let's cut that down. So I eyeball it. So what I'm going to do is mat it here, eyeball it here, and I'm going to put it in my trimmer. So let me move this down. And I'm just eyeballing because that's about a quarter. This is going to be interesting. It's okay. As I say, it's paper. Nope, not bad. Now this way. So let's see. I just want to make sure I'm just pushing it down so I can move this a little bit. And so you could measure. I'm an eyeballer some of the time. No, that's a little bit big. Let me trim just a tiny bit off. It's like, you know me, 1/16 of an inch that I have to trim off. And the nice thing is, with this trimmer, look at that sliver that I cut off without tearing my page. That's from here that I just cut off. Isn't that cool? So this one here, let's do another simple base. I should have another card base. We need some beautiful paper. Ooh, I think, let's use this, and let's use some vellum. I want to show you how pretty this vellum is. So A2 size, I'm doing edge to edge. So that's edge to edge. And put some adhesive. I do use a lot of adhesive. And over there. Has anybody used decoupage toppers, something like this, and building up? Is anyone afraid of using it? I find they're nice and simple to use. So this one here, because it's leaves, I wonder if, not sure. So because they're vellum, the nice thing is because they're translucent, I can put it over top and pick something to use. It might be overwhelming, it might be too much, but I'm just picking a few and we can try and see which one would work on it. so here is the moon one. Probably won't use the whole thing. I'll most likely, no, that one blends in with that background because I already used it. This one is all trees. That might work. And I think this one's too similar, so you can't see that. So let's use the trees. And I am going to cut it down. Oopsie, let's take out my scrap. And this time I am going to do it the same. So 3 3/4. Because I just want the vellum to be a highlight and I still want to see the background showing through. Have to remember to take my scraps out. And it's just to mute the background a little bit. So with this one here, what I am going to do is just use some glue and just put a little dot on the trees. I don't need a lot, but just a little bit. And stick that down. And this one here, let's puff it up as well. And we have another card done. So this is using one of the decoupage toppers into 2 different cards. Okay, so I should have done this the other one, but so this one has a raised element. This one has a flat element. So let's take a look at this one here where it has more components to raise. So once again, I pulled it all off. So now you can't remember what's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember the biggest to the smallest. So you start with the big, next, this one on top, this one, and then, oh, this is my, why do I have 2 words? They are exactly, I must have pushed a second sheet there. So that's the 4 elements. So this one here, I am going to go all out and raise it all the way. So I am using my thick foam strips and I am going to puff it up. My terrible foam. And you just have to cover it up. So what I do is I turn the ones that I need to turn back. And because I know I'm raising it all, I'm just making sure all those crease, like corners, are all covered up. Ooh, this one might be too big. Cut too much out of that one. And here. So this is my next biggest piece. So it is going to go right on top. So how they've done it is that you're basically putting it in a puzzle. So this bottom is going to line up with this base of the bottom. So they made it really easy. So that is one layer. See how now those, I know it's hard to see, but that gives it a dimensional look that now those mountains are in the back and the houses are more to the front. Now the next biggest size is this one here, which is all the houses. And this one lines up with the houses on this side here. So lining it edge to edge, those peaks of the houses. And then our last one. So what they did here was they only did the red house, this one here. So I'm just edge to edge. So if you look at this, now it has a 3-dimensional layer. So the mountains in the background, this yellow house is more towards the back, and this red one is closer. So it's no longer in a straight line. One is more forward and one is more back. It just gives it a dimension. I know it's really hard to show that. Can you see that? My comments are a little bit delayed.
It looks good, Darlene.
Okay, thank you. So now I've created a little topper. So you could use this on a card. use this on a topper. You can use it on a card or any element. So let's make a quick card, but let's change it up. Let's use these 6x6 one. And I am going to use, what would I like? I'm just trying to see. So I might use, let's do the ski hill. I'm loving the ski hill. So one of the vellum paper has the ski hill. So the vellum also comes with lots of sheets. Here's the ski hill. So they have ski, they have skating, but this one without the houses. So that way, this is my highlight. And I am going to cut this vellum piece a little bit smaller, just so I'm not fully covering. That's 6 inches. Hold on. Let's do 5.5. So as I was saying, I wanted to cut it a little bit shorter so I can still highlight the nice 6x6 card base. And I'm going to lift that to take my vellum pieces. And I don't throw anything away because these strips can make a nice background. So here, let's do a top fold card. I'm going to do the same thing. You could use, there is a vellum tape runner. I'm just using glue and just putting it behind the trees. Just make sure your glue is a dry clear. I know it's not perfect. Sometimes you do see it. But what I love about this vellum, it is a little bit thicker, so you don't see the splot of glue on the other side as much. Like you can hardly see that I put glue behind those trees. And there. So before I put this in here, I did punch. I could use this Season's Greeting as a sentiment, but they have some really nice sentiments in here too. So I'm going to use this Christmas Wishes. And for this one here, I am going to just use it as is. So this one here, I'm going to do flat because it's already 3-dimensional. You could always add more dimension. But I think it's the sentiment that I want raised. So I have all these different types of foam here. So now I'm using my little foam strip. And depending on, I think I will just have in this corner on this little peak here. And there's my card. So quick and easy, nice way to use it. But let's say you want to tag. Because the set comes a lot, and let's say you're done all of it and you want to make a tag. So what I did here was I just took the pattern paper, covered the whole tag, and I used one of those toppers in the center and put a nice ribbon, and my tag is done. So I'm going to do a little bit something different on this tag here. Is I'm going to make it into a gift card holder for a tag. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I'm going to use the bottom here to score, which is the gray one. So I'm scoring about 1.5 from the bottom. Sorry, I just wanted to lift that. Making my little score mark here. Just like that. So I have a little pouch for a gift card. I need to use one of my tools. And this is the easiest way to make a gift card holder, is to use tags. So I scored 1.5 from the bottom. You could put glue or score tape at the edges. I'm doing a fine bead of glue because I want to make sure a gift card will fit inside. So the two short ends. And then I'm going to close that and seal it up. I always do this before I do paper, because when I find there's paper in there, it's too hard and too thick to fold. So now I know that my pouch opens, I am going to cut a piece of paper. So I have all these leftover paper. I don't know. I had leftover of the same paper I used in the full one. So let me use that. I am going to just cut, I don't have to go all the way down, but maybe just about there. Let me see if I can see that tick mark. Oh boy. Oh, there it is. I don't need much because it's going in the pocket. Do I have to trim a little bit, or am I okay? Yep. So I'm just going to fit in the pocket. Yep, it fits. And let's stick that down. And there. So I left that one blank. And I am going to add a banner here. So it's also one of the decoupage toppers. And it's Christmas wishes. So same thing, biggest to smallest. So this one has 2. This one's really easy because you're just raising the 2 words. So let's do that. Excuse me, sorry. And this here. So this one here, I'm going to do Christmas. So lining it edge to edge. And then this piece over here. Edge to edge. It's like piecing a puzzle, but now my banner has nice dimension, and it's going to go right over here, and a gift card is going to fit. Right over here. And then, of course, pretty ribbon, because you always need pretty ribbon. And then you can tie it to a gift bag. So we've made cards, we made tags. So I am going to quickly make a 1-page layout on how you can incorporate the decoupage on your pages. Lots of fun, but you know, I must have a gift card here. Let me check. Or some sort of card, just to show you. I must have. You know, it's like finding, oh, there's my Tim card. So just that, and then it fits a nice gift card and a present, or if you want to add a gift card to a wine bottle, that for sure will work as well. But just 2 different ways of using that nice topper there. So we did cards, we did that. Let me leave it aside. So I picked up my paper already. I am going to do just a 1-page layout just to show you how versatile this decoupage is, or any ephemera, is because the nice thing about it is just added elements. So I did the ski hill, and this is a 6x6 pad, so I am going to put this at the bottom so it runs all the way across. I have a nice powder blue paper here. I was debating whether I wanted like a night sky, because then you can of course splatter like some stars, like glitter or something. But I was like, you know what? Let's do the nice sky. So we have that one here. And the nice thing is that you can't really tell, and you can put your pictures there. This paper must be bigger than 12 by 12. Didn't check, but. And then the other thing I had ready was there's this pattern paper. I wanted to cut the strip of trees. So I'm going to cut the strip of trees down. So there's one row of trees and the other row of trees. Oops. So I'm just lining it in the track here. Oops, I can't see. And that one there. Oops, my trimmer's falling. And I'm going to just overlap this a little bit, just for a row of trees. And then for my photo mats, I am going to use, I don't know if I have enough. Let's see. You could use different color photo mats, or I could do one big photo mat. I have this one. Trying to use the paper I have for photo mats. So I should have brought solids, but it's okay. Let's just do one for this is for 6 by 6. Let's do a 4 by 6. One photo mat here. Let's see what other. And really my photo is going to go edge to edge. So even if I use, it's just the color will be highlighted. Oh, you know what? I think I have more of this paper. So I could do those instead. And save. So I'm just using my 6 by 6 pad and making some photo mats. So I'm going to do 2 4 by 4s. And 4 by 4 here. And another 4 by 4. And here. So now to rearrange my photos, because I also want to add. The hard part is figuring out if you are going to have horizontal photos or vertical. Let's leave it like that. Yes, it looks busy, but if I put a white piece of paper, it is going to take that busyness away. And I can show you by getting a piece of scrap. Just make sure my orientation is proper. So in this, there is, if I can find it now, is a chairlift. So I am going to punch out the chairlift. So they do have like single ephemera pieces that you can use. So I'm going to grab 2 of those. I'm going to make the chairlift on the top, almost like a banner type thing. And that one I'm going to glue flat. So these are the little chairlift. on the top and then on the other side. So let's add this on this side. And then I already chose, actually let's add. So here is the ski hill. So you could use it on its own. So these are pieces that you could raise, but I am using it on its own underneath the photos. But I will raise it just to give it that dimension. So I'm going to just do this quickly with some strips. Whoops. So I'm going to put it here. Do we have any skiers or snowboarders on here?
I did ask the question earlier if people preferred to be on the hill or in the lodge.
With the book and the campfire.
Exactly, and the hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Donna says that she prefers to be in the lodge, but her sons and grandsons tend to be on the hill.
Ooh. So I'm just adding here. That's nice. It's a lot of fun, but I don't think I'm ready for it yet. So here I'm using the elements because really this piece is supposed to be raised here, but I wanted to be able to try to spread it out and use a little bit more of the elements on its own. But we could raise, do I want more trees? We could raise the, just the trees just for a little bit of texture. Let me see if this fits here. Yeah. So this one, I can do the full tree. Whoops, put too much foam. This one over here. And then for this one, thanks, Donna. This one here. So this one's only half a tree, so you could raise some more than others. So I am splitting it up. And now we need a caption for it. And I am going to use one of the ones here. I'm trying to see what captions I have that we could use. There's just too many goodies here and it's deciding which one. I might go with the one we used on the first card. Urban Merry Christmas. I just need a good caption. Oh, that's on the snow globes. I can't use that. Oh, I could use this one here that says, "Let it snow." And maybe I'll use the Merry. I think I'll use "Let It Snow," and I would have to play around and see what else we have. But I found these two single elements that we can use as well. So let me puff them up. And then I can show you some other cards I did. So this one is a skater, but I am going to, let's see. I like creating my scene, so I got to make sure it somehow works. And this one here is a skier. So the only thing is it really needs a title. I find my "Let It Snow" is a little bit too small for the page, but that's when you grab out your your alphabet stickers or dies and do it. But just so you can see, let me cut out a quick photo map, just so, a faux photo, so you can see what I mean. That is, I think I did 4 inches there. Let's do 4 inches here. Oops, that's not 4 inches. I don't know how to measure. That's 4. And I don't know how to measure. Hold on. What did I do here? Oh, 3 1/4. 3 1/4. That's why. These were 4, so this needs to be 3 1/4. It does take that busyness away. I know it looked kind of scary a while ago, but now that it has those faux photos, it does tone it down a little bit. So I'll just do these 2. I don't think I have a big enough white cardstock for the other side. Oops. Gotta lift this and stick my photo. So that is my 1-page 12 by 12 layout. I love it. It's so cute. I might add some stars. They do have some stars in there. That was the card we did, the 6 by 6, and then the 2. And here's some other ones I did using more of the decoupage inside that kit. So they do come with a lot. Each one comes with 3, so you're left with a lot. So that's the same one that I used on the layout. So you could tell with the 4 layers that it gives it a lot of dimension. Here is one with the little toboggan and gifts. Very simple, a vertical card. Ooh, I have 2 vertical cards here. Here is a sample using a 6 by 6. I love that added dimension. Like, it just makes the card pop. Here is just using that sentiment with the love at Christmas. I used that banner, those border backgrounds, and did that. No, those are just paper. Here is the one I showed you earlier. So here is the using the first layer, and here is using the second layer and the third layer. So this one I did put it dimensional, whereas this one I did flat. I used a little piece of vellum there just to mute that background so the highlight is still on that image. That's my favorite one. This one here with the oval with the ski hill. So there's that. And we have this one here on the vellum. They have 2 kinds of snow globe. Here is one of them with the dimension. So you can tell it makes lots of cards, and I still have a full pack. I can't forget the tags and the gift card holder that we've made. And here is a little tag that they included here that you could just add a ribbon. So that brings me to the end of tonight. And here's the topper. Oops, this is what I'm going to show you. So if you decorate a gift bag, or you have a gift bag that needs a little bit of something, you can always just add a topper inside. Not inside, outside. And it does give it a little umph, and you can do it so it's matching. Like if you have a tag and a gift bag, or a tag and a card, and everything's matching. I love how you could just put these on any element and be able to use it. So now that brings me to the end. So I hope you enjoyed that. Lots to show.
Thank you so much, Darlene. Everyone is chiming in to thank you for the great ideas. And even though you were using the toppers and the decoupage, if people just had regular ephemera and die cuts, they could do a lot of these same techniques. So just get out your stuff and have lots of fun.
Yeah. Especially in some of the ephemera, you get like 2 or 3. If you do fuzzy cut little elements, you can do the same thing and just raise those elements just to give it a little bit more life.
That's a great idea too. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. One thing I'm going to call out, Darlene was using her art glitter glue tonight. If you are an art glitter glue fan like Darlene is, Please note that we are getting to that time of year where we cannot ship that product. So if you want to stock your stash, then now is the time to do it. And yeah, get some of this great ski lodge goodies as well. We will be back here tomorrow night for What's New. Got some great gift ideas to share with you tomorrow night. So do make sure you tune in. And thank you, Darlene, for all your amazing ideas.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.